What's the deal, it's Taraal, and welcome to the What's Your Perspective podcast, an open-ended podcast that welcomes all perspectives. So, I feel like this week has been weak as hell. I don't think there's been a lot that's been happening, like, regarding, like, music, entertainment, and sports, but I feel like there's been a lot of news surrounding, like, the majority of those aspects, but I'm going to start with music, then get into entertainment, and end it off with sports, and of course, provide my open, genuine, and honest perspective throughout all of them, okay? So let's get straight into it. So just starting with music, like I mentioned before, it's kind of been like a really quiet week. There were 2 drops. They weren't albums. I don't think no albums dropped this week at all. There was one release by Russ. It's called the Set It Freestyle, and it's another song that I actually missed from last week that I didn't listen to it at all. That's called Lace It by Juice WRLD, Eminem, and Benny Blanco. I feel like both of the singles were pretty cool. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, they're not full bodies of work, but tap in, go listen to those. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But those are pretty cool, though. Russ always drops freestyles like this, like just literally drops just to drop. So I mean, that's not anything different for him. But I don't know where these Juice WRLD features are coming from. Of course, he most likely recorded them prior to him passing away, but I don't know. It was cool though. I actually liked the song. So yeah, I give them both like a 7 out of 10. That was mid. But something that I do want to get into is the misogyny in the music industry. I'm not even gonna hold you. So I recently saw this video on TikTok, and I forgot who like posted it, but I'll probably like insert it somewhere here. But essentially, it was basically talking about like the misogyny in the music industry, and it generated, and like it stemmed from the XXL freestyle that Lotto had. It was an all-woman cipher, and I sometimes go in the comments, but I actually didn't go in the comments for this specific cipher. But I just think it's really, really interesting, like her perspective, and then it kind of brought up my pet peeves about the music industry in general. So what I'm going to do is list everything I hate about the music industry, or honestly, all of my pet peeves. I'll say that I don't hate anything, so all of my pet peeves about the music industry. So let's get into it. I feel like I always talk about this, but real bars are not appreciated anymore. Like literally, I miss the real rap era, like the 2014. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself and my generation. Like the 2014 and the 2017 era. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Jay-Z's and the Nas's. Like I'm not. These are probably our Nas and Jay-Z's, but not gonna get into it. Yeah, I just feel like everybody wants to be a fake gangster. Everybody wants to tote guns, talk about hoes, talk about talk about sex. Like, please, you're not drained. Like, anyway, regardless. So yeah, I missed the real rap era that we did have, the brief one. Like, of course, J. Cole, he stands on his own artist. I feel like his artistry is different, and he only really spits real rap. So I don't really feel like that counts. I'm talking about like huge era. So 2014 and 2017, like the Isaiah Rashad, the No Name, the Boz, Benny the Butcher, Currency. Like, I feel like even throw a little Mozzie in there too. D-Smoke, like, well, D-Smoke just got big, but regardless, I just miss real rap. So along with that, I genuinely feel like the public always complains about sexuality and music, but it's contradicting because that's what's supported. For example, Ice Spice, she's a light-skinned girl with a big butt and she's natural. Her songs are catchy, but it's not real bars in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she hop on a drill beat, not discrediting Ice Spice at all. I done, turned up to her. You know me? I like Barbie. It's cool, but I'm talking about real rap, like raw. You know what I'm saying? Like real MCs. Like, and I'm not saying, like, I'm not hating at all because I like all these artists, but like the Sexy Reds, the Ruby Roses, the Ice Spices. Not hating at all, not talking at all. I'm just being honest. Like, they are real sexual, and just sexual people in general, not knocking it. I feel it. But at the end of the day, I will hear so many people talk about, well, all women talk about is being a hoe and their and all this other stuff in their music, and everybody loves to discredit women for not talking about real or not having real bars. But at the end of the day, the public pushes the that they don't like. Like, that contradicts itself so much, and it blows me every time. Moving on. Next pet peeve. Men, specifically, complain and swear up and down that women can't rap, but once again they don't support the women that really can rap. The Lola Brooks, the Maya the Dons, Flo Millie, Callie, Enchantin, Monaleo, like, even, I feel like even Lotto, mind you, all these people can rap, but I feel like even Lotto didn't start really getting credit for her music and her real bars until she got her body done, until she essentially grew up and started, you know, posting her body more and talking about her body, talking about her like, it's so irritating to me because I've been listening to Lotto since she was on the rap game. Like, I was still, like, come on, like, I was still a kid at that point. And I just don't appreciate it, and I peep because I'm like, right after she got her body done, everybody on Lotto, like, now she needs to blow up. She should have been blew up off her bars, but it's just, I feel like people just pay so much attention to sexualizing women, like they cannot listen to the music. Like, I hear this all the time, like, oh, I can't listen to girl rap, I can't listen to women rap, like, I can't relate to it. Baby, you don't relate to getting money either, but you still listen to it. I don't understand. Something's not clicking for me. It's I don't get it. So yeah, it's just the misogyny for me. Like, I just don't understand. And then the public will literally complain about it, and it'll be majority men. I get it. This is a male-dominated industry, but at the end of the day, everything does not have to be sexualized, especially the people that are working and have real flows, real bars. Like, so for example, I'm gonna refer back to the video because I didn't read the comments. I really should go back and do it, but I'm not. So essentially, they posted Maya the Don. Maya the Don is a little bit more heavy set than the rest of the girls. So that were in the cypher, the double XL freestyle. She's a bit more heavier than the other girls. So I guess all the comments just were talking about the girl weight, but not the girl bars. And she was talking her in bars. So I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. And I get it. Haters gonna hate. People gonna say what they gotta say. But it's like, if that's all you have to say and you're not even listening to the music, like, I don't understand. And on top of that, if they do kind of, like, I guess, give in to those two things, like I said, either being very sexual in the clothes they wear, which is not, I'm not bashing anybody at all. Live your life, baby. I'm just talking about my perspective. But at the end of the day, these are just things that I have noticed in my few years of living, okay? My few years of observation. But at the end of the day, I feel like if they do give into those things, then people want to go and take their credit from them. Oh, she's just posting her ass all the time. Oh, she's just rapping about her coochie all the time. Like, I'm not going to listen to this. Why would I listen to this? But at the end of the day, when she was talking about real shit, when she was talking about the struggles of whatever she was going through, her life, her relationships, whatever, then it was, oh, she can't rap, women only talk about oh, she's not doing I just feel like with women, it's always a double-edged sword. We don't ever get a break in life. But on top of that, in this specific industry, your credibility being on the line because you feel me, gave in to, like, to society, essentially, to the industry you in, to the game that you're in, is crazy. Having to lose your credibility, once again, it's a double-edged sword. I don't get it. I don't feel like women get enough credit in general, like, in the world, period. But especially in the music industry, especially in entertainment, I don't feel like women get enough credit, especially my rap girlies do not get enough credit, and it really does blow me. On to my next pet peeve. I really do feel like that the music industry only really gives men a chance, gives men a pedestal, like provides them with the opportunity to excel in music and mostly everything in general. But men always have a leg up, which is something that we already knew just as a society. Yeah, we understand what patriarchy is, but at the end of the day, I feel like, especially in the rap game, like, it's so much easier for a man to maneuver up. I'm not saying that you don't have to work hard. I feel like you have to work hard in anything you do, but especially in the music industry, like, I do feel like men have a bit more of a leg up. I'm gonna say my last little pet peeve and end it there, okay? Friday was on the WRLD freestyle in 2023, but he's not even a rapper. He's not even a rapper. Why would y'all do that? That man is an R&B singer. He is not a rapper. That blew me so bad. I'm like, I'm not, you feel me? I'm not discrediting Friday because he's a nice artist. I got his whole album downloaded. He's a great artist, but he's not a rapper. That's my point, and that's what the XXL freestyle is for, is it not? Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, he was on the XXL freestyle, isn't a rapper. Somebody that actually raps could have gotten that spot. See, that's what blows me, and that could have been offered to a woman, a female rapper that talks about real shit with real bars. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. But, you know, some stuff is not for you to understand. And that's okay too, because it's gonna have to be. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my perspective on entertainment this week. So not for entertainment this week, I'm gonna just get straight into it. I'm gonna start with rap shit. It was season 2, episode 8. Unfortunately, it was the last episode of this season. I'm so sick. I wish they would add more episodes, like at least 15 instead of 8. Like, I need more. I need a longer storyline, something. Or I just need a new season. So, cough, cough to the writers. Cough, cough to Max. HBO, I need another season of rap shit. I'm gonna just start it off like, I didn't know that Partisan Fontaine was really gonna be in this episode. I really thought the producer dude, I thought he was BS. I really thought he was bull, like, seriously. But I think that was fire. The song that they came out with, Party, was fire. And honestly, I think that they were right to not move forward with Chastity. I just feel like at the end of the day, you can give somebody as many chances as you want, but I don't know, once somebody shows you who they are, you gotta believe them. And although Chastity was a ride or die for Shauna and Mia, she wasn't riding or dying for their career. So baby, you get the boot. The producer that they've known for a while, or that Shauna's known for a while, is actually willing to put his neck out for them. And which is something he should have been done for Shauna in general. But I feel like this is his redemption time, and he's also proven himself much more than Chastity has. Like, actually getting them more opportunities and everything. Like, Chastity gotta tighten up. And she killed me at the end of the episode, meeting with an op, basically. How you gonna try to meet with an op and make deals with him? You're weird. And I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen too. She wanted them. She wanted him. But in this episode, Maurice is also on his way to jail. I don't really know how to feel about that. Yeah, I don't have no feelings towards that, but I do think that Shauna just has a problem with showing up and standing on her word. And that's just a pet peeve I have for people in real life. So once again, I don't like Shauna as a character. She gets on my nerves. I'm over her again. But yeah, I definitely think that on top of that Mia should just go ahead and be with Lamont. But that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, moving forward to the next season, I hope that rap shit gets the 3rd season, because I need the ending to this. I need to see their career go well or tank. One or the other. On top of that, I want to know what happens to Maurice and what happens to Shauna if she does end up going to jail and if he does snitch on her. I want to see how the 15 months affects him, their relationship, and, you know, everything else. Because she's living such a good life, or I'm assuming will live such a good life outside of jail, you know, with her rap career and all that other stuff. So yeah. And on top of that, like I said before, I just feel like Lamont and Mia should just go ahead and be together. Just go ahead and be with that man. Come on, Mia. Like, seriously. And Chastity, look, I just hope she not gonna be a pimp for life, cause she had a way out and she abused it. So that's on her. Next up is gonna be Raising Kanan, season 3, episode 4. So honestly, once again, this is the thick parts of the storyline. Okay, so in this episode, Jukebox got a call, or not even got a call. The producer lady from the auditions came to her doorstep, so she's in the group as she should be. I don't know if she's gonna move forward with going to the army or not, but as of right now, she's in the group. Kanan got caught with a gun, and he's still selling that weed, that tree. Okay, still selling that. And on top of that, Rock just bought like this whole little strip mall. And along with that, Martin and Lou are like, they went back to the bar that Lou got in a fight in, and they're trying to invest in it. But of course, Martin is trying to like put drugs into it and coke and move work through the place. And I just really feel like everybody's kind of turning, well, everybody in their family is like turning over a new leaf. And I don't think they should mess that up. So I really hope that Martin doesn't go through with like trying to really move weight through the speakeasy or whatever that is, because I really can't see this being realistic and artists coming here to spit or sing or whatever, you know, like an open mic night type of thing. So honestly, like, my perspective is, I really think that if everybody in their family keeps on this positive track, obviously aside from Kanan, that they're gonna do well. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. Like, I know it doesn't end like that, because once again, Jukebox end up, whatever her name is, she ends up getting shot by 50 Cent, so by Kanan further down the line in the Power books, in the original Power. None of them really have happy endings, but you know, it's nice to see the foundation of what made them who they are, and you know, hope for the best. But as you can see, life doesn't always turn out like that, but it's cool. It's a show, you know? Moving forward, I just have a feeling that Kanan is going to keep going on this road. He's going to keep getting caught with drugs or guns or whatever. And I just don't know how him moving back into his mama house, into Rock house, is going to work. Like, she stopped messing with Joey Badass, Unique, my bad, which I'm so happy for. I damn near jumped up and clicked my heels together. Like, I love that. Because his baby mama was just running around the house like, are you with another Are you with another Tell that to wash her chains. Tell that to wash her drawers. I said, get it, girl. You'll get it, girl. Because, please. And she needs to leave him on top of that and take her son. I hate when people, like, deliberately break up happy families. Like, you can literally leave. Like, you can literally break up with this lady and have custody for your child. I don't know. His brother's still sending me all these red flags. He's psychotic. He needs to get it together. He just weirds me. And I feel like he's going to end up, like, really... I feel like he's... Okay. My perspective on Ronnie is, I really think that he's going to end up messing up the whole plot of the story, or like the entire storyline so far, because he's so stuck in the past. And you know, jail will do that to you, and I get it, but he keeps acting on it. Like in this episode, he just killed somebody for telling Unique some information. Like, you was in the wrong, and I get it in the game, like, you don't snitch, you don't tell, but it's like, that's your brother, and Ronnie low-key trying to backdoor him. So I feel like it was definitely worth it. But for him to go his way and kill him, I think that was unnecessary, because all these people are technically, like, out of the game. You pressing people who's not even in the business that you in anymore. Like, let it go. Like, literally just let it go. It's tired. But yeah, I really do have faith that everybody is going to have a great rest of, like, season 3. But I just know it's not realistic, because I know what happens in the end. But, you know, neither here nor there, I guess. My perspective is just, the story's going to be what it is. I'm going to just have high hopes for whatever. However the tables turn, that's how they're going to turn. But it's a good storyline, for sure. Getting into the topic that everybody has been talking about this week, especially with the color purple. I believe it was last week having their whole purple carpet event. I want to talk about Taraji P. Henson and pay inequity. So she mentioned in interviews that she has had decades-long success. And I understand, and I feel like people of color understand more than anybody how race still affects the world today, no matter if it's pay, no matter if it's equality, no matter what. And like I mentioned earlier, like she's been in the media just coming out the last few days, in the last few weeks, and in a book, and in her memoir, about how over the last few decades, she's still underpaid. Like, I really do feel like Taraji P. Henson is one of the best actresses ever. And that's facts. And she's going to keep going because she literally still feels so obligated to work. She still has, she's still passionate about what she does. So she's going to continue to go down in history. But I really do feel like she's an amazing, amazing actress. And still getting underpaid is crazy. So look, I'm about to put into perspective for y'all how insane the pay inequity is regarding Taraji P. Henson, because this is really crazy, and this is why I'm saying it like this. So Taraji P. Henson, she's 53 years old, right? As of right now, she's 53 years old. She's been acting since like 1998. She started acting after she got out of college. She was homeless for a while, so her getting roles and stuff like that, like stability within attempting to get the roles, So she started essentially acting in 1998. She's 53 years old, and she has a net worth of $12 million. She's been nominated for 76 different awards, and she's won 33. So that's like a 43% chance that whatever award she's nominated for, she's going to win. That's pretty high. That's damn near 50%. So she requests $175,000 per episode for the show of Empire, which also won a Golden Globe Award. Put it into perspective, mind you. On top of that show winning a Golden Globe Award and her getting $175,000 for it, which is not even, per episode, I can see that, and I can see how it adds up to $1 million. It was like 6 seasons. So look, I'm gonna take it back to like 2008. So The Curious Case of Benjamin Button had a $160 million budget, right? So it's 4 out of 10 of the highest paid movies that Taraji P. Henson has ever been in. All right, keep that in mind. They grossed $335 million globally. So that's definitely doubling, but almost tripling the amount of money. Like, it's almost tripling the budget, basically. So she wanted to negotiate $500,000 for that role in the movie, but they ended up like downsizing. She got $150,000 for that, which is insane. That's a literal fourth. But regardless, that movie was nominated for 13 Oscars and it won 3. And Taraji P. Henson got one of the 3 for Best Supporting Actress. Insane. I'm gonna put it further into perspective. I'm gonna compare her to somebody I feel like is of as high class or value of an actress as her, but she's a white woman. Jennifer Aniston, she's 54 years old. She's a year older than Taraji. She started acting around the same time as her, like actually in big productions. She shot one movie in like 1988, but she was a kid, and she didn't have a big role. So I'm talking about stuff that contributed to her career. Around the same time as Taraji, like 1998, in the 90s somewhere, 01 is really both of their like biggest movies, 2000 and 01. So she's 54 years old. She has a net worth of $300 million. She's been nominated for 147 awards, which is a lot, credit to her, but she's only won 58. So that's a 39% chance that if she's nominated for an award, she's gonna win. Right. Just remember those Taraji stats. Keep all of this in mind. In the ballpark range, she gets $8 million to $10 million per movie. This is not including like after the box office, like after box office sales or anything like that. This is, you want me for this movie, I get $8 to $10 million, period. Moving on from that, whatever show, sitcom, whatever she's on gets 1.2. Okay. Jennifer Aniston receives, in a ballpark range, at least 1.2 million per episode, which is insane. Just to put this into perspective, she's not even the highest paid female actress. Scarlett Johansson is, and she has been paid $56 million for one film alone. Literally. I'm gonna put this even further into perspective, because that's not even what the highest paid actor, actress, whatever gets. So the highest paid actor is Tom Cruise. I don't know if he's the highest paid actor in the world. We're talking about the States right now. So Tom Cruise, he has a net worth of $600 million. And he gets $20 to $25 million up front for any top of the line movie. Any top of the line film, okay? Any top of the line film. So honestly, it's just like the actors and the actresses just got off of a strike very recently, like within the last month. Do they need to go on another strike? Like, do people of color just need to go on another strike? It's just insane to me that we're still going through this and people are still experiencing this. Like, Taraji P Henson has literally broken down in the media, like so upset that she's still having to encounter this at her big age, at 53 years old, that anybody has to encounter this. Like, I just honestly feel like this is something that's genuinely not fair, but it's something that can be fixed. These 50, 60, almost $100 million wage gaps are insane. And I get it. Like, the little people are like, look, this is a whole lot of money for them anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. Their money is money. Yes, money is money. But if you want to put it in a perspective, if I'm an actress and I'm working just as hard as an actor, if not more, and I'm not even getting half of what Tom Cruise is getting, half of what Jennifer Aniston is getting, half of what Scarlett Johansson is getting, that's insane. 12 million compared to 56 is insane. Like, what? 12 million compared to 300 is insane. Insane to me. Like, it's just genuinely not fair. I really think there needs to be something put in place, and we need to take a stand on that, because it's just no way this is still going on, especially in entertainment. Like, it's too much money in that business anyway. It's literally circulating. It's no way. My perspective is like, all of this is, once again, that is unfair. It's just something that needs to change immediately. Literally immediately. Honestly, I'm not gonna harp on it. My perspective is, like it always kind of has been, that my generation is probably gonna be the change to it. I'm not saying that we can force money, in and out of anybody's pocket, but it's just more so like, nah, I'm not taking a job. Like, you amazing at what you do, and I'm taking a quarter of what everybody else is. You're insane. I'll pass on it, because there's no way. And at the end of the day, if it comes down to racism, it comes down to race, it comes down to gender bias, it is what it is. Don't cast that person in the movie, because it's just insane to me that we still have to go through this, that we're still having these conversations. Like, insane. Absolutely insane to me. But once again, that's just my honest perspective. Not gonna harp on it, because baby, I could talk about this all day. Last but not least, sports. This really has been a jam-packed week for sports. And even if it hasn't to y'all, it has to me. My brain has been building up so much speculation, especially because now we at that point in the basketball season where it's trade season. Now we at that point in the NFL where it's close to the playoffs. People betting on the playoffs, so they think I'll make it to the playoffs. Then they trying to hint at the Super Bowl. Like, it's just a lot to me, and I'm gonna put it all into perspective for y'all. So, just starting with football, just getting into some NFL news. Eagles versus Seahawks Monday. I watched it. It was a great game. Drew Locke from the Seahawks. He was back on the field as QB after being out for I believe he was out for like four or five games, which he said felt like an eternity. It felt like years, which I respect it. I feel it. You love to play the game. So, after the Eagles having 4 straight losses, it was great energy on the field, and they won. I know that felt good. On top of that, I feel like Julian Locke showed out. He had 2 crazy interceptions, one of which I actually thought they were going to void after it got reviewed, but it didn't. And that was actually one thing that did help them like win the game. The Seahawks were nice defensively and offensively during this game. I just really feel like Locke coming back really did it for them and kind of completed their team. Even though it's kind of too late in the season now to come back, I still feel like they played a really good game. They haven't had the best season, but him coming back for a team now. And I'm not going to lie, I do have to give my props to the Eagles. I feel like Jalen Hurts did play his heart out. He also had 2 interceptions, and they were crazy interceptions. So, yeah, I feel like all around they had a pretty good game. But, of course, like I mentioned before, the Seahawks came out on top. Obviously, there were a few other games that came on this week. New Orleans played, a few other games. But that was just my, personal favorite game of the week. So, I had to get my little commentary on it. But now just getting into the NFL standings and my personal predictions. So, the regular season for the NFL ends after Week 18, which is on January 7th this year, 2024. The playoffs start on January 13th, 2024. So, the top teams in the AFC right now, and look, baby, this is just going off stats. I know y'all like to eat me up in the comments, but, yeah. But the top teams in the AFC, number 1 is the Ravens. They're 11-3 right now. Number 2 is the Dolphins. They're 10-4 right now. Number 3 is the Chiefs. They're 9-5. And number 4 is the Jaguars. They're 8-6. Low-key, the Browns is not playing a trash season, which is crazy to me because they really suck. They're 9-5 right now. So I feel like they potentially have the opportunity to play in the playoffs. I don't know if I'm rooting for them or not. Once again, I'm a bandwagon and they suck. And the Lions are still on them right now. So, that's the home team. So I got to give it to them. But the Browns is having a way better season than they had in a while. So, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about that. But just moving on to the top teams in the NFC. The 49ers are at number 1. They're currently 11-3. The Cowboys are at number 2. They're currently 10-4. The Lions are coming in at number 3. They're also 10-4. And the Eagles are coming in at number 4. They're 10-4 as well. So, honestly, my perspective on the whole playoff news, I'm not going to get too into the Super Bowl right now. But I feel like the Ravens, Dolphins, 49ers, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Lions have a huge likelihood of making it to the playoffs. But in the next few weeks, that'll obviously say it all. But I do feel like those teams are going to be seen in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not all of them, but I do feel like they will be in the playoffs or very close. But my Super Bowl prediction as of right now, this is as of right now, okay? It's not even Christmas yet. As of right now, I feel like the Ravens, 49ers, Dolphins, or the Lions are who we're going to see in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, just to be concrete, facing each other. But I don't know. I just feel like I have a lot of hope for the home team this year, especially because they've been showing out, and their record is 10-4 right now. This is the best record we've had in 30 years. I just got a lot of hope and faith for them. Look, the Ford Field tickets done went up. So, look, the price tag going up, that means the team rankings is going up too. You know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like that's going to directly reflect onto the team. So, I don't know. I got a lot of faith for the Lions, but I do low-key feel like it's going to end up being the Ravens versus the Cowboys, versus the 49ers. But I still feel like the Lions had a chance. Look, if the Browns got a chance, baby, the Cleveland Browns, the Lions got a chance. That's all I got to say. That's all I really got to say, okay? Look. Yeah, but like I said, the next few weeks are going to tell it all. And I'm going to just leave it up to the players, okay? I'm just a spectator, okay? I'm just a civilian. So, getting into the NBA, getting into basketball for this week. I feel like it's been a very, very eventful week for basketball. But, I'm going to just get into it with my open and honest perspective as always. Let's get straight into it. So, just starting bright and early on Tuesday, Celtics versus the Warriors. This was a good game. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. What's crazy to me is the Warriors came back after essentially no lead. I forgot how many points the lead was, but it definitely was not a lot. Yeah, it was a slight lead in like the second quarter, but then it got shut right back down, and then they came back in the fourth, and they went to overtime. I said, oh my God. But they put Curry back in. So I'm like, that's probably why. Like, that's probably why, which it really was the reason why. He definitely saved the team. But I feel like they were very cohesive. And I also want to shout out the rookie on the team. I definitely feel like he earned more PT. And, like, during that game, he definitely showed out and he earned more PT. I think he put up at least 6 points. He probably had like 10, 20 assists, which I'm milking it. But he did help a lot, and it definitely did show. Your talent's not going unnoticed. And the crazy thing is, the reason why Curry was out for, I know he was out for the whole third quarter. I don't know if he was out for the second too. But it really did show, especially the way they came back. But Curry had 5 out of 9 fouls. And his foul percentage keeps going up because they don't have anybody to defend defensively. They don't have any players to defend them defensively. Like, Draymond's not there, and that was their number one defender on the team. So, I get it, but Curry gonna fall out one of these days, and he's not gonna be able to play no more. So, yeah, honestly, I just feel like the Warriors need more defenders, and that would make their team great. But the way that game was ending the whole fourth quarter and OT while I was on the end of my seat, if Draymond and Gary Payton in the second was there, I feel like that would have really been a one-on-one defensive and offensive game. Like, just in that last quarter when they was coming back, probably the whole game for real, but that was a really good game. I just really want to give credit to Derrick White. He had a good game. I feel like he's been having a great season so far. He put up 30 in that game alone. And on top of that, he had 7 threes during that game, and he was the highest scorer of the game on the Celtics. I don't know about the Warriors, but on the Celtics, he was the highest scoring player. He's been showing out lately. I don't know if it's the ball head or what, but he was showing out lately. I love that for him, for sure. But overall, that was a really good game. I'll get into some news. So, as we all know, Ja Morant finally returned to the court after missing 25 straight games just based on behavior and other external things. My baby was gone for 8 months. He was gone for 8 freaking months, bro. Not able to play for 8 months. So, in that first game back, he caught a dub, bro. It was the Grizzlies versus the Pacers, 116-103. He played an amazing first game back, like I said before. So, they was down in the first half. Ja Morant ended up putting up 20 points. He had 8 assists, and he had a buzzer beater. He was really going crazy during that game, and he's the reason why they came back. He really just helped the whole team, and I feel like this was a monumental comeback, especially because the Grizzlies are having a horrible season. Like, they're having a horrible season, but the fact that he's able to get on the court and show how much of his presence changes the whole game, I feel like that matters, and that's monumental. Like, that speaks volumes for a player, especially a player like Ja Morant. We need him back on the court. I'm happy he back. I'm very, very proud of Ja Morant, especially from, like his past experiences. So, yeah, 8 months coming back, playing like that and winning after your team had a shitty season, go in the making. Yeah. Moving on from that, I just want to briefly touch on this and how, the Pistons just got me weak because honestly, they do suck, but I don't feel like they 2-26 bad. Like, Kay literally said, we're not 2-26 bad. Like, I know we're not playing the best right now, but we're not 2-26 bad. And I agree with him. Like, my perspective is they just need to be more cohesive. They need to pay attention to the ball. They need to pay attention to who has the ball. Like, it's just stuff that blows me about them. Like, little stuff, like somebody passing it and somebody literally not catching it because they weren't paying attention. Like, it's little stuff like that. Like, it's like their hand-eye coordination is missing, but they're in the NBA, so I'm not understanding what's going on. They got a new coach straight from the Suns. He got a dog-ass shake to be there, so I don't know. The math's not mathing. They have good people on their teams, great new draft picks, great rookie. Thomas, he's doing great this season, especially with the cards he was dealt and his team literally being 2-26. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Pistons, but I hope they tighten up because they're breaking all the wrong records. So last but not least, I'm just going to get into the standings before the Christmas game. So I know that the Lakers and the Warriors are playing on Christmas Day, but I forgot who else is playing. But I'm gonna put, mind you, this is stats talking, not just me, okay? So I'm just gonna get into the standings before Christmas, and this is currently the week before Christmas. So top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference are: first is the Celtics, who are 21-6. Second are the Bucks, who are 21-7. 76ers that are 20-8, and the Magic that's 16-11, and last but not least, the Knicks that are 16-11, which is a drastic jump to me. Like going from 20-8 to 16-11, like it's only really a top 3 in the Eastern Conference right now, and I feel like we all know that: the Celtics, Bucks, and the 76ers. But the Celtics really balling out this season. I really feel like they're gonna go to the championship and they're gonna show out. I definitely feel like Tatum got to take it this year. Like Jason Tatum deserved that. And they was so close. I think they got it in the bag this year. I'm knowing they coming to work. So I'm excited to see that. And their record is good. So really good, actually. The best next to the Timberwolves in the whole league. So really excited for that. So speaking of the Timberwolves, I'm gonna move into the Western Conference. So number 1 is the Timberwolves at 21-6, tied with the Celtics. Next is going to be OKC, the Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder. I feel like that's a mouthful. They should shorten that. But OKC is at a record of 8-18. The Nuggets are at 20-10. The Kings are 17-10. And last but not least, the Clippers are 17-11. Which once again, I feel like that was a little bit better, but I feel like these are drastic jumps. But some of these teams have played more than the others. Have played more than others, as y'all can see with like the Kings, the Clippers. I don't know. The math just doesn't look like it's mathing to me, but yeah. Those are the current stands for the Eastern and Western Conference in the NBA prior to Christmas week. So, once again, I'm going to leave it up to the players and see how they play. I hope everybody balls out. I hope I see the Celtics at the championship. I hope they win it this year. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. Them were the Nuggets. I'm feeling them. I'm feeling the Nuggets this year. But the Celtics, I don't know. White really got me this year. I feel like I'm just always rooting for the underdogs. And I feel like he's been a player that's been able to develop so well, especially alongside with Jason Tatum. My perspective is I honestly think that the Celtics are going to make it to the playoffs. I hope I see them. I hope their record stays consistent. Them, the 76ers, or the Nuggets. Yeah. Timberwolves, too. I feel like Timberwolves, I low-key feel like it's going to end up being the Timberwolves and the Celtics playing like the playoffs or in the championship to get that ring, but you never know. The tables could turn. I'm gonna let the athletes do their job. And that's all I have this week for music, entertainment, and sports. Thank you so much for tapping in. And I just have a question. What's your perspective?